All right, rock and roll. It's another beautiful day. Vancouver, good morning. It's another day today. Another highly humid and hot day for sure, but it is another day. Let's see what we got going on here. We'll worry about that later. Michael, good day. Hello. Armand, hello. Yeah, we'll have some caffeine here in a second. Get my little mini backpack that I've been carrying for years all together. Put my chargers and my nonsense and everything in that little pack. Good morning, Prince. How are you today? Mr. Anas. Cheers. Bill Way, hello. Okay. Sometimes the morning coffee does not mix well with the toothpaste. I sent you a friend request on PUBG. Okay, I'll check. I think I approved it. I approved it yesterday, the PC one. I seen that and said yes yesterday. We should play after work today. Yeah, I did see that yesterday. I seen it last night. It's already been approved. I suck at PUBG PC, but hell, play with us. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a little, I actually had a good game yesterday. I played just a couple of games, but I come in second place, so that's not bad. You got 30. I got second place. What's for breakfast? I don't know yet. I'm just getting into my skin. Deborah, hello, and thank you for your sub. You are dearly appreciated. We thank you very much, Deborah. Yeah, I'm kind of in the mood for the Indian restaurant, but I blew out my colon and kidneys this morning from yesterday's kitchen chef beef spiciness that I ate for dinner. I may need to take it easy on the spice today. It hurt me. All that crap that he had put in that beef, man, it went through me like sandpaper. Whew. It was terrible. I was thinking 89-cent breakfast, but after blowing out that Indian goulash, we ought to hit the Indian spot. I would, but like I say, my internals is not up to par at the moment. I'm hoping they return to normality by midday. If Kenny has a breakfast, I don't know. Yeah, I think boiled eggs is probably the best way to go. Currently, I'm not hungry. My stomach still hurts. Sip on a cup of coffee. Blown out colon sounds like no fun. Oh, it blew me out, man, sideways. Walaikum salam, Miss Yossi. Kefal ha, shlonik. Yeah, it blew. Oof. You know, when you feel it going through your body, you know the outcome's going to be bad. I need to talk to him again. He needs another lecture. He keeps forgetting that I don't eat. I'm supposed to have a road trip today, but I'm not sure. I've got to go in and talk to the office dude. I think he's got the dates confused. I need to go talk to him today. Something's confusing. I read it differently than he read it. We need to reread it. I thought it was today. He says it's next week. I'm confused as hell. I don't know. I need to reread it. Oh, Johnny Be Good, good morning. You know, sometimes our mind will read something and misinterpret it, even though it clearly states something different, because you're wanting to be different so badly that you read it wrong. That happens. Hazem, good morning. Have you all noticed that? Sometimes you'll misinterpret something and you don't even notice that you've done it because your mind is already set a certain way. Oh, Earl definitely needs a haircut. I wish there was a pet shop to do it properly. We just don't have a grooming place around. It'd be nice to have a groomer who could just handle it. Anyway, I think I'll sit back a minute here. Enjoy this coffee. Mm. I'm still trying to chill out. My shower was a little warm this morning. Whew. We have to complain about too much hot water here. We don't have a shortage, we have an abundance. Here in the summer, you can't get away from hot water. A lot of people unplug their water heater and use that as the cold water during the summer. So the water here is so hot in the summer, it's pretty common to do that. Earl needs protocol, as Mac's saying. Yeah, but they're in an area where all that stuff's available. What is my favorite new cell phone? My favorite new cell phone is the CMF1 by Nothing. They're $200. I'm using it now to broadcast, and they're available in America, it says. It's the company is based out of the UK, and it's a damn good phone. $200 phone. I'm using it every day to broadcast. My whole life is it. So, due to my consumption of media and utilization being video broadcasting in the heat of the desert, I need this phone because of its processor, which is a MediaTek. It's a MediaTek Dimensity 7300, which does a high performance processing on a 4 nanometer platform without creating the heat that is created by the Snapdragons. Snapdragon is a better processor for gaming and stuff, but for conserving heat and all, they're not that good. They overheat. Even the chips in the iPhones overheat in the hot sun, where I have not had a shutdown or overheat yet on this MediaTek. This is one of the few that you buy that works out. This one, the camera has worked well. I'm not sure about the audio. You'll have to tell me how that is. But I consider this to be as good as a $1,500 phone. It's only $200. CMF1, best phone of the day. I've had every phone. It's the best one on the market for my needs. Audio's clear, so there we go. We got clear audio, decent video. Later, Randy, you have a great day. Rodney Journal, you're in and out like a yo-yo. Have a good one. Where are you off to? Yeah, sounds good for your ears. That's great. Da, 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 da. I need to go to DHL today. Watch TV with the wife evening. Okay. Well, have a good TV watch with the wife. Regards to you and your family. Hope you have a wonderful evening. You know, it's a funny thing. That's something we never did in our life is watch TV. Even my grandparents and parents never sat down everybody to watch TV. I remember growing up that my grandfather, after work, I don't remember what time it was in the evening, he had a room in the back of the house. And he had a lazy boy, and in front of him was a big TV. And he had a certain time the news would come on. And he'd be back there, and that was his peace and quiet. He didn't want nobody to bother him. So I remember him. He needed to watch the news, whatever it was, that 30-minute news show that used to be on every night during the week. And that was his whole ordeal. He definitely needed to catch his news. My grandmother didn't give tits about no news. She didn't pay attention to anything that was going on in the world. She didn't much care about it. As long as she could pick up my aunt and the other sisters, news was the code word. Yeah, no, you could see him. He'd be back in his room. But, and the TV station, they shut down at midnight, actually. He'd watch out the kind of news, He was into it. I never watched the news growing up. We didn't care about news, politics, none of that stuff. Des, good morning. Yeah, we never watched any TV growing up. It wasn't like something we would do. Very seldom. It would never even be turned on, mostly. Our TV was just like a table decoration. Nobody used it. I haven't watched TV in 4 years. I hear you. I'm doing good today. Yeah, I don't watch any TV per se. I turn it on and watch a YouTube on it. And I only research news or subjects. If somebody tells me about something, then I'll put it in the search bar and see what's going on. But I have no idea what's going on unless somebody tells me. I just don't know. I have no idea what's going on. And my life's pretty peaceful. Yeah, none at all. This morning before my shower, I was watching this couple who's been sailing around the world. Very underrated. I don't know why they don't have 1 million followers. Ryan, good morning. There's a decent sailing couple I watch. Beautiful day to be alive. It is. You live on YouTube? Me too, Des. Anything and everything on YouTube. Whether I want to learn about something or see how to do something or get an old news update. I was all news from TV until a year ago. Zip guys didn't need to hear any more of that crap. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing all of that nonsense combined with the political nonsense, you know. You watch Vagabond? I watch them. They're in the Philippines now and their boat's broken. That new boat they have is major broken around the mast. They have a problem. But they're a little too woke, you know. I actually used to follow them. Then I stopped when they had that old Greta Thunberger on their sailboat. Once they had that Greta girl on there, I deleted my subscription and I stopped watching them. But I still catch them occasionally when it flashes on the screen. But I stopped my following of them once they did that. A little too woke for me. Yeah, if you've got that Greta Thunberg or whatever her name is on your channel, I won't watch you no more. That's the end of it. I can't handle that. Yeah, I can't handle that. It's just an obscure nonsense person that has nothing to do with any reality of life. Pushing an agenda she knows nothing about. That Swedish girl spewing nonsense. Is she Swedish? I don't know if she's Swedish, German, what she is. Mentally ill girl. They made the statue of climate change deal. You know, the real climate change and the only thing that matters is Asia, and we ain't going to do anything about it. The poorest people, third world, they're the major polluters of the world, and they don't give a shit about it, and they're not going to change. If all of the Western world goes to zero trash and zero pollution, it would not even improve our problem by 1%. 99% of our problems is the Asian throwing waste from India to the Philippines to China. They're filling our seas up with poison and nonsense. Climate is changing forever. I don't see icebergs at my window. Well, there's a picture of a bath along the sea in the Mediterranean. It's an old Roman bath, and the baths were filled by the tide pool. And the tide and the pools have not changed since Roman times. So, anyway, at the end of the day, our biggest problem is not climate change per se, but pollution. All these rivers in Asia they throw their trash in the river and it all goes right to the ocean. So that's the problem. Whether you drive a car or not doesn't matter. There's more CO2 carbon emission pollution provided by industrial and volcanic actions. What is that one volcano or that? Maybe it's in, I cannot recall, Turkmenistan. They were digging a 100-foot pit by about 500-foot circle, and they hit natural gas and they lit it on fire hoping it would go away. It's been burning now 50 years and became like a site to visit. It puts out more carbon more CO2 and more harmful pollutants in the air than all the vehicles combined on the planet. I think it's Turkmenistan. That damn, they have a big pool there. Rakan for Twitch. Hello and good morning. West export the trash to poor South Asian countries. I don't know, a lot of them, some do, some do. It's not really our exported trash, it's their own daily usage trash. I arrived too late here. Did you? Well, welcome anyway. We're glad you made it. You just need rain. It ain't going to help. They've tried everything. It's been burning for 50 years. It was a major mistake. There's a few places on Earth where they've started something that won't go out, and they're really a problem. Anyway, at the end of the day, no matter what we do, I don't know what I'm doing for breakfast yet. I haven't decided. Kentucky Mike, geez Louise, we hadn't seen you hardly none. There's microplastics in your drinks. That's true. Need to bring hot dogs and marshmallows to that pit. I don't know what I'm going to do for breakfast. I haven't thought about it, to be honest. I saw a video about graveyards in the Philippines. It's the most disgusting thing in the world. There's people living in the graveyards. Sophia, how are you? And welcome. We're good and glad and happy and ecstatic that you've made it to the event today. 8 billion people on the planet, one more, and yapping about EV mandates ain't going to solve the global problems. This is true. I had a heart attack in June, was in the hospital 2 weeks. Well, boy, goodness, Mike. Well, we're glad you're back. Oh, Mike had, well, bless you, Mike. Heart attack. Major heart attack or a mild stroke? Well, I guess you were in the hospital 2 weeks. It was full-blown heart attack, huh? You'll have to stop that drinking and smoking and whatever you were doing wrong. Got to take care of yourself, Mike. Only get one thumper. This is true. Major heart attack. That's what it sounds like. Lord help us. Well, we're glad you're with us still. Welcome back to life. Back to life. Back to reality. Welcome back, Mike. We're glad you're alive. Yeah, it's good you came out of it. You just never know when your ticker's going to go sideways. We're glad you're out of it, Mike. Yeah. Congratulations. You like the little deal where you can see the chat? Yeah, it works. Well, I'm not overjoyed about running out to my car and starting it up and sitting in that freaking humidity. Right now, I feel clean, refreshed, and just so nice from my nice hot shower. You know, good bar of soap and some nice shampoo and putting on fresh laundered clothes, and you just feel so comfortable in an air-conditioned home. And then you got to go outside, and the humidity is freaking terrible, and the heat is terrible, and time you get to work, you feel like you've been out all day hammering lumber. Yeah, humidity makes your skin smooth. I don't know. Now is the time to sweat shower. Yeah, I don't really like it at all. Randy is ready to take the day off. Well, I just don't do that. I'm here to work only, so I don't take time off. You ever follow up on that creep watching the kids get off the bus? I haven't seen him. School just started back. I think he never came back after I yelled at him, and I called the office about it. So I think they kind of he went his own way. Yeah, that old creep that was hanging out there watching them school kids. After I went to the office and complained, I hadn't seen him out there ever again. So I yelled at him, and I went to the office to complain. Oh, freaky deaky weirdo. Yeah. So that was a real creep watching them kids. New guy come over here to work, gardener. Usually these problems in neighborhoods are from crap like that. A gardener, a caretaker, or somebody doing some type of work in your neighborhood. This is usually the person that causes the issues. Usually. Some stranger gets to the neighborhood to do work of any kind. People need to keep an eye on them. These are always the ones that come out of the woodwork, no telling where they're from. And when you're a grown man doing yard work in the summer in Saudi at a compound, you're going to be something wrong with you anyway. Stranger dangers all the way. Well, anybody who's in their 30s or 40s and you came to Saudi Arabia to do like the labor work, to clean streets and trim bushes, there's something wrong with you. Yeah, there's something ain't right. I still got water in my ear from the shower. So that's definitely an issue. Middle-aged man travel across the world to make $200-300 a month in the boiling hot sun. I do need to buy some sandals again. I don't have any slippers to put on in the morning and to go in and out and run my little quick errands. That Yemeni people are gone. That mall's being shut down and remodeled. I need to stop somewhere. I probably have to go buy it down at Lulu. They've got a good section of cheap ass shoes. Matter of fact, I think on the way home today we'll go to Lulu, buy some slippers, get some salmon, maybe a steak or two. I need some flip flops. And I need the open toe one. I don't like that one that has that little thing that goes between your toes. I can't wear that kind of stuff. I don't like something between my toes. I just hate it. I have to wear the open one. Just the flap over. For some reason, I can't handle something between my toes. It drives me insane. Really, it's like a torture. I seen some yesterday I could have bought, but it had that thing. Yeah, that toe floss stuff. I can't handle it. It drives me insane. Well, I'm not in the mood for the day. I need one of them automatic car starters. My car doesn't start with a remote. It'd be nice to be able to do that. Yeah, my car does not have remote start. It'd be nice in the morning to knock off that humidity out of the car and that heat wave when I get in. Gonna miss those Yemeni guys always trying to rip you off. Yeah, they're pretty funny. They're thieves, but I didn't mind dealing with them. You can have it installed. It's cheap. I probably should have it installed. Summer be over before I get around to it. Yeah, I've been arguing with them Yemeni guys for 10 years. They always tried to scam me. I hate being barefoot, so sandals are not good with socks. This is true. We'll have to figure that out today. I got too many things to figure out. I watched a funny YouTube this morning. It's from this either I think they're from the Wisconsin Sailing Society and the Federal Coast Guard. They were saying the three most dangerous YouTubers in the sailing world that are telling you nonsense and lies. 50-degree, no need for socks. That's true. I wear socks though because they consume the sweat. Socks keep your shoes and feet smelling good because you can wash your socks. You can't really scrub your shoes on the inside. And when you wash shoes, it always deforms them. Somebody needs to invent a machine only for washing shoes. Have you noticed that when you wash them washable tennis shoes and all, they come out deformed. They never look right. What happens is the white turns kind of yellowish. Earl, I know you're here. Been looking at you all morning. Shut up. Yeah, be quiet. Sops absorb sweat. Yeah, they do the job. Keep your shoes smelling fresh. Oh, Earl want to talk his ass off this morning for some reason. He was too verbal. He's too vocal. Yeah, I know you're here. I've seen you for the past 2 hours. I don't know what your deal is. Earl, I haven't forgotten about his ball. He always jibber jabbing. He's a jibber jabbingest cat there ever was. He don't never shut up. Everybody that visits kind of mentions it too. Everybody that sees her says, "Boy, cat talks a lot." Everybody says he's really a little more vocal than they've seen. He's extra vocal. He even makes a sound when he gets angry. Stray cats ever try to go in your home? They have. They'll open the door and come in if you don't lock it. Yeah, I quit putting the TV on for him. He watch now. He watches the window every day. He's back to his cat stand. So I decided not to turn TV back on. Keep him at the window watching what's going on outside. And he started back on his cat perch. For a while he ignored it. Now he sleeps up there, hangs out at the window, and he's more active, jumping up, climbing that tower up and down. Picked up a shirt this morning and a little spider fell out. That scared the hell out of me. Before I could see what it was, he run off. I got to shake all my clothes. You know what? I got bit by a brown recluse on my foot, and it made a hole all the way to the bone back a few years ago. I sure as hell don't want to get bit by one of them again. Some bitch bit me in my foot. I had a hole that big around and all the way to the bone from damn brown recluse little spiders. They're all over the world. America has them. They're a nasty little spider. Yeah. Yeah, it was here in Saudi, in that apartment across the way. One bit me on top of my foot. Little old spider, little micro spider. He'll bite you and like an acid bite. Oh, brown recluse is terrible. Got to burn down the planet just to kill the one spider. How you treat it, you can't do anything. It kills the skin, and then the dead skin circle falls out. Then your foot heals back, if you're lucky. It's a nasty thing. There's really not a lot of treatment. It's bad. It shocked me. The bite doesn't really hurt. By the next day, 10, 12 hours later, it's like somebody put acid on your foot. It's bad. They usually hide in people's closets and clothes. You put your arm in your clothes or something, or your foot or your sock, get a little bite. You barely notice it, but it's poisonous. They're really bad. You wouldn't want to get bit in a very vital area of your body. It could probably kill you. They're nasty little spiders. They're everywhere, all over the world. Brown recluses everywhere. What's up, Barracuda? I got black widows around the house. They stay to themselves, though. I've never gotten bit by a black widow. I've seen them, never got bit by one. Barracuda said, "Pooh, pooh, who, what, woo?" Let me run out and start the car and come right back. That way it'll be cool when we leave. Notice that. Woo! I started the car so it won't be so sticky and gloomy all the way to work. I opened up a new bag of Earl's food, and that's some stinky food. The wolf spiders kill poisonous ones. You know, in the Philippines, the kids fight the wolf spiders. They keep spiders in a little matchbox, and they'll take those spiders and they do spider fights. I think the government told me it's illegal because some kids were grabbing poisonous spiders by accident. It was a big problem. The kids fight spider fighting. Kid be walking around a little matchbox. You want to fight? They have spiders in a little box fighting each other. They finally made that illegal. Damn kids are getting hurt. Kid picking up poisonous ones. Them little wolf spiders, they'll fight like hell. Spider fights were a big deal. Can you imagine that? Kids out spider fighting. Wolf spiders carry their babies on their back. Really? I remember in the Talisai, my tick house, them little kids would be out there. What are you guys doing? Hell, they got little matchbox and they're fighting spiders. Spider fighters. Things people do in these third world countries. They don't have no money or nothing. They create their own fun. Their big ordeal with spider fights. We had ant fights. I've never seen an ant fight, even though that was the first time I'd heard of a spider fight. I thought that was amazing. A little old kid fighting spiders. Little kids, 5 years old, carrying around a spider in a matchbox. I wish that Indian restaurant would bring a tray to my office so I didn't have to sweat to death and park and walk in that humidity. I'd love to have one of them Indian breakfasts this morning. What time I roll the office? I don't know, sometime between 7 and 8, I head that way. Usually around now, a little after 7, 7:30. I'm usually sitting there by 7:30 before anyone else. So now I can delay it a little bit. That way I'm not always the first person there. Then I go home around 3 o'clock. Kim, good morning. I rested very well. I'm still on Philippine schedule. I've been going to bed at 6 or 7, wake up at 2 or 3, fart around, go back to bed, wake back up at 6 or 7. Is there a standardized time people get off or just as long as you finish your work? The employee's supposed to be there from 8 to 5 or 5:30. No, there is a standard time, and they punch in the service and all. But I ain't never done none of that stuff. I just come and go as I please, get my work done, you know. I don't do the whole standardized time type thing. To be honest, most days I can get everything done by lunchtime. Now, there's some stuff that carries on after lunch. I'm like a contractor. I get a salary and a commission, so my role is different. I'm not necessarily an employee. I'm more or less a consultant type person that is treated like an employee in many ways. You haven't did a timing schedule my whole life. Them other boys work till they drop. Yeah, they will. There ain't no doubt. They'll work till they drop. And the funny thing about it is there's a good percentage of guys there that just sit there. They don't have nothing to do and they stare at one email the whole day. And they pretend like they're working. I can see they ain't doing shit. We have too much staff. And these guys will sit in a company like that for many years. Every company has them. The people just come in and say, look, and pretend like they're doing something, but they're there for years. There's no need for them. There's no need for them. There's just too many people doing nothing. Just sitting there. They'll look at the same email the whole week and process just a nothing bit of work. Very inefficient. We have probably the most inefficient staff on the planet. They're just worthless, don't need them. They have a little bit of a role that's not even necessary. We could take 5, 6 employees and fire them, let one good guy do their work. You know, we don't need them. We're very overstaffed. Always have been. HR, everybody complains about it. We're totally overstaffed in many areas, unnecessary people. That's the kind of people the workforce rewards, yeah. It's very strange. We really have a lot of unnecessary people. Just kind of like robotic laziness. They're lucky it's not my company. I'd empty out that damn office by tomorrow morning. I could let go of 50% of the staff and nobody would know a difference. Really. 50% of the people we could let go and nobody'd notice. It's piss poor management. They keep people just in case. That's just not the way it should be done. We have many non-productive people that just don't need to be there. They really, their output and input is unnecessary. That's common though. It's worldwide. Everybody has the same thing. Yeah, I'd clean house. I'd call half of the staff to the conference room and have mass firing my first day if I was the owner. Yeah, I would reorganize like in 2 seconds. People that kick ass are told to pick up and slack, and the slackers is not. That's true. The problem, there's so many jobs that they don't really have a quota or something that they need to achieve, you know? Ever heard back from the Canadian that retired? No, I haven't heard from Mike. He wandered off, hadn't heard a word from him. I think one time he sent me a message. That's about it. I hope he's doing fine. Yeah, he didn't, no feedback from him. Not very personable. And he was a good guy, too. He's all right, dude. But he went his own way, you know. I don't remember where he was from, to be honest. I don't recall. He stuck to himself. He was stuck to himself in his personal and daily life. So he's just a self person, stuck to himself, you know, not very public, not very out and about, just really stuck to himself. I don't never remember him going out to dinner with nobody. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people like it. I think it's a good thing. A lot of people stick to themselves. Now, me, I'll go to dinner with Shams and Dean or anybody at the office. He was from Toronto, but retired. Yeah, he retired over in Thailand, over in some place. I forget where in Thailand. Somewhere in Thailand he retired to. I can't remember the name of the place. Like not Bangkok, but one of them other places people go. There's a new law here in Australia just passed that the boss can't ring you out off work hours. Really? Well, that won't work if you're in business development. He find him. He had some gal, and they got a farm. They built in the middle of a rice field. I don't really know all the ins and outs about it, but some gal he liked. I know, just crazy, I was thinking. Yes. There's a lot of these dudes. There's a common thing throughout the world that I've witnessed on numerous occasions my whole life. There's many middle-aged men who have been married in a dump-ass relationship to a Western girl and been kissing ass and putting up with bullshit for 20 years. And they just would never divorce, and then finally they get they'd end up getting a divorce after 20 years or so. And these middle aged men, they get over to Asia and they will marry a hooker in a heartbeat. They've never been around somebody who took care of them socially and sexually. So they don't give a shit about the girl's history. And that's a pretty common thing. And most of these men are I would call them less than attractive. In the rest of the world, nobody be with them. You know, they have the personality of an earthworm. And they get over to Asia, and the girls there, well, they're willing to make a compromise too. So it's a good relationship. This gal who's been selling coder for 5 years is tired of selling coder. And she finds some middle aged guy that has money and they don't have to work, or they can work and have a little bit of security. So he lowers his standards, and she does too, and they hook up in a compromise but compassionate relationship that works. So I'm single because women are too much work, really. Anyway, it's a trade-off. These old middle-aged dudes got a little bit of money and a pension will marry these. They'll marry those hookers and all and strippers, and they just do that. And those girls, they actually they treat the men really well. But it is what it is. It's a trade-off. They're both trading, you know. You think a 20-some-year-old young gal wants to be with a middle-aged old stinky guy? Well, she don't think about him. She thinks about the security of his paycheck, big or small, long as it's a steady income. So she gets to relax a little bit instead of throwing that coder out. Past is not important. Well, I don't know. You can say the past is not important, but I disagree. The girl will make a fake document and keep the money he sends. Yeah, I don't know about all that stuff. That's just minor details. But at the end of the day, there's a trade off. He doesn't care about her past, and she doesn't care what he's like today as long as they can join together and create something. If you think your partner is too much work, you are the wrong person. Well, I don't know. I'm not a relationship advice person. They do a trade off together, and it ends up being a mutual understanding, and they get along fine. The funny thing is, a lot of these middle aged dudes are what I would call, they're not brilliant. They're not your real thinkers, you know. They're average Joes that really are not that intelligent. So they'll get over with these gals, and then they think because they've met a jungle prostitute that she can actually run a business. So what they do is they start investing money, they think, when that money just goes to hell and they end up owing more than they could ever make. So they get carried away in the whole ordeal. You know, somebody selling coder their whole life does not have the intelligence to manage and run a business. Business is hardcore. And then these dudes from the Western world thinking they can go to a third world and manage a business when they couldn't run a car wash in Utah is freaking insane. If you can't and don't have a business in your home country, you're not going to move across the planet and open up a business and do any good. Uh, but at the end of the day, if they're happy and everything goes forward, let them go. But, you know, having my place over in the Philippines for over 30 years, I have met and talked with thousands of older gentlemen that end up coming to the Philippines and have a problem. See, there's a false thing that they believe that I can move to the Philippines and I can afford it because I don't have much money. That's not true. You live in a city anywhere on the planet, it costs big bucks. It's not cheaper to live anywhere on the planet. Things cost more money. A city anywhere in the world costs money to live in. Now, if you want to live in a hut in the jungle and with no electric and no air, I'm sure you could live cheaper and eat rice and fish every day. But if you want to live your normal life, like a house and a car, it's no cheaper at all. It's not even close to being cheaper. Da, 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 da. I watch some of these guys. A couple of them have some YouTube channels. They talk some BS. They have no idea what they're talking about. The problem is they steer many people wrong. You have these guys that have pensions, three, four, $5,000 a month and more, giving advice to these poor dudes that only have Social Security, and that's just not right. The advice they give them is from their standing where they got money to lose. These other guys don't have no money to lose. If you don't own your house and your cars and then you move to a new country, it's like being 19 again, starting over. You got payments and bills and nonsense to take care of. House in the city still costs you $200,000. Cars still cost about the same. Hell, you just moving to a new place and starting all over. Are women easy to get in the Philippines? I don't know. Probably uneducated poor ladies, or those that are looking for a way out. Maybe. I don't know. Any country has every country on the planet has a group of men and women that are easily taken away just by words of wisdom or just by a little bit of opportunity. So I wouldn't say the Philippines is any different than any other place. I see those same kind of folks worldwide in every country. So I don't think the Philippines has any more or less. Yeah, I think a lot of men end up in the Philippines because everybody speaks English. I've known a few guys that retired in Thailand after 3 to 4 years leave because of the language barrier. It's a problem. Yeah, I don't think it's any easier or better there. But they do seem to have an abundance of uneducated domestic type gals that would they would marry Herman Munster. But those are all over. You can find that all over the planet. It's just more sought after or thought after there. I don't know why. It just makes the comments and the talk more than any other place. But the hell, the whole world's about the same. You go to any country in the planet and find the same scenarios. A lot of people here in the Middle East, these old boys that marry girls from Eastern Europe and Russia and all those kind of guys, they find in the same situation, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea about that. Uneducated, impoverished men and women are abundant worldwide. They're all looking for another way to get out or go somewhere. It's a common thing. All right, I guess it's about that time to head out. Let me use the bathroom first, and then we'll go. They used to be called mail order brides. Yeah, that's been around. I've been too conventional since I was young. I always approach relationships with conventionality, and I'm kind of weird that way. I always needed to meet somebody who was educated and from a good family. I don't care how good you are in the sack. If you're not from a good family and educated, I wouldn't be interested. I had a gal when I was young. Let me get in the car. I can see you again and we'll finish the talk. Whew. When I was working in Hawaii, I had met a really nice girl from Palau. She was a med student at the University of Hawaii. And she was a really nice gal, very conservative. It wasn't a bump and grind situation. It was a nice relationship. But I decided to end that relationship because I thought, you know what? If we fall in love and get married, it's going to cost me too much money to go to Palau on vacation. So I ended the relationship because the country she was from would cost me too much my whole life to go there. Just conventional. Palau, you can look it up. A nice gal, though. I think it's Palau. Polao is how you spell it. Or Palau. There you go. She was a nice conservative from a good family, but I just couldn't see myself needing to go to Palau. I'm Anita. How are you and family? Everything's good, man. No worries. All right, let's roll in. Let's get towards the office. Ba-ba-da-da-da, I don't know how that I had that thought when I was young. I don't know if it's my grandmother or my mother, but who put that into us? Cole's still online teaching. He does quite well. He makes good money online working. He's happy. He has a nice girlfriend, successful lawyer, nice thing. You know, even I instilled that into Cole. Education and a good spouse from a good family means more. And I grew up that way too. There was many of us, what do you call, less than desirable gals around the world, but I needed somebody from a good family. Hell, when I was young and dating, even if I was 16, I want to meet somebody's parents and grandparents, what kind of family you're from. That just always meant something to me. I don't know why. That was important to me from the first time when I was young. That was something that was very important to me. I need you to be from a good family, educated, with a good background. That was a high priority. Because whoever you're with, women and men, whoever you marry, you're going to be around that family for the rest of your life. You better make sure it's a family you can deal with. Yeah, the family of your spouse will be in your face for 50 years. It'll be a never-ending deal. Can you find a girl in Standards in Tennessee? You could, but I've been traveling and moving around my whole life. Tennessee's just where I grew up, went to school. I never thought about that. I've been traveling, and I wanted to see the world. I didn't really think about one place or another, personally. You can meet the right person anywhere in the world, wherever you're at. I don't think it means. My father graduated from the Wesleyan University, Haycollege, and his best friend in college ended up being the director of the Wesleyan Youth Ministry Church thing in Manila or something like that. And my dad went over to visit his best friend from the university over at that mission thing. And I went with my dad one time, and then him and I went to Cebu, and I met my wife there, Vanju. She was there, graduating from the university. I run into her there and met her there. It was just by chance. Just happened to go on a trip. I didn't want to go. At the time, I was living in Huntington Beach, California. I didn't want to go to no damn Philippines. Then my dad had bought a ticket and asked me to go with him. I said, okay, I'll go with you. And it was kind of exotic over there, and I thought it was neat. You know, my first trip to the Philippines, I was hanging out with a bunch of Wesleyan missionaries. It was a very conservative trip. We were hanging out with a bunch of missionaries. You know, I grew up with a family. All my dad's side of the family was preachers, like Bible bouncing, thumping preachers. So all his friends and everybody we knew was from that kind of life. So I grew up with that group of people, you know, a bunch of conservative thumpers. We didn't grow up around any questionable people at all. He was over there as some kind of a director, big missionary position. They put him over there. He actually had a nice little gig. A lot of these churches throw money at these third world countries that goes to some warehouse with a sticker on it and it's a scam. But the Wesleyan Church actually does complete schools and life training and assistance, and they really do a good job over there. They're really they put a lot of effort and time. There's actually a lot of these international missionary events from the churches, from the mosques to the synagogues. They actually do a lot of good work. All religious groups that do international help and assistance and education, they do real well. They help educate people in the areas that have not had the same opportunity as we've had to learn. There's a cute little Lexus. Check out this little Lexus. What the hell is that? Little tiny thing. Little white Lexus up in front of that gray SUV. I've never seen that. Well, I can't get close to it. No problem. Got a lot on the work agenda today. Not so much today. But you never know. It can all change the second I sit down. I'm following up stuff I've been working on for months, you know. I've never seen that Lexus. That's a little old tiny Lexus. What number is it? That is a NX350 all-wheel drive. Oh, looks nice. Yeah, it's a nice little car. Good size. Then in front of us, we got the Changan Chinese car. That's a very sellable. They sell that car all over the world. It's very popular. It's around $25,000. And it's pretty loaded. That car in front of us, about $25,000, fully loaded. It seems to be one of their better cars. Oh, Hawk 2, I hear you. Oh, the Lexus, I don't know about it. I don't know anything about it. That's the first time I'd seen it. Lexus probably 45 or 50,000, like you say. That car, that little brown SUV, that from here to the Philippines, I see it by the thousands. It's a very popular low end. Must be some oil fork. Huh? Lexus is Toyota. Same. Yes, same. Well, there's another one of those little Lexus. Well, apparently they're popular. There's a silver one. An NX350. That's the second one in just a quarter mile. Huh. Interesting. There's that green taxi from the airport. Them old boys, you get to Saudi and hop in a green taxi, you better chain your wallet down. They're going to high dollar you. I don't take them taxis from an airport unless you know their regular pricing. Them old boys there, like anywhere in the world, them old taxi drivers are less than honest. And the green ones, it seems, everybody has them, seems to be a little on the scammy side. He must have flown in this morning. There's no taxis around here. That old boy must have flown in here. Come to the airport early this morning. Oh, damn. I forgot to grab something. Oh, shoot. I wanted to bring that old phone about sending it DHL today. I guess I'll have to do it in the evening. I forgot to bring that Chinese phone and another phone I was going to send to people by DHL. I forgot all about it. I run out of the house too quick. Does Jabel have its own airport? No, there ain't no airport here. Closest real airport's Dammam, about 100 kilometers away. There's no airports around here at all. I heard rumor for years they were going to put in an airport, but they never have. 1001, 1002, 1003. We're stopping at the red light before turning right. All right, let's go check out the daily labor pool, see if these old boys are out here again today. I was in the kitchen. You were talking about the phone for me. Yeah. I just forgot to bring it this morning. I was going to send it this morning. I'll go and do it in the evening. Well, I'll go down to DHL and check the price out. I had it set it out on my desk this morning at home, and I forgot to grab it when I left the house for work. Maybe I'll go home at lunch and grab it. I damn left it right. I put it all together in the box, everything ready to go, and I forgot it. Maybe I'll run home at lunch and grab it. Kind of pisses me off. I set it out purposely so I could get that done this morning. Damn if I didn't leave it at home. I forgot. I just forgot. DHL, bad deliveries for you. Yeah, but that's about all we have here. We don't have anything else. That's about the only service that's in this area. that, sends to Germany and does things right. Unfortunately. Yeah, we can only use DHL. Everybody else wants way too much money, I'm sure. I tried UPS and FedEx, and their price is out freaking outrageous. We'll see what they say about DHL to your area. And you can't use the regular post system. I tried to send a guy a watch, and he never got it. It disappeared in the post. So you got to use a carrier so you can put a track on it. If you don't do that, your shipment disappears somewhere in the world. Ain't no way in hell to track it. Tina, good morning. Yeah, we got a Saudi post, but it's terrible. It's unreliable. DHL wants a simple package to a P.O. box in the U.S. more than $50. Really? Well, because DHL is basically worldwide from Germany to Europe. I don't think they're popular in the U.S. In the U.S., the best price is UPS. But in the rest of the world, DHL is number one for us. $50 would be a good deal. I don't mind that, to be honest. I don't think $50 is a big deal. For me, that's a good deal. That's a good option. USPS has gotten better over the years, has it? That old boy has got a truck tire repair thing, and the tires are bigger than his Mitsubishi. Look at that tire. It fills up the whole back of that truck. Yeah, I think I will run home at lunch today and grab that package. UPS works better for you, does it? All right. I'll see where our UPS. I think we have UPS around here. I'm not sure. I don't know. Just a big old truck tire or something. It's a big ass tire. Looks like just a damn 18-wheeler tire. That's about it. Nothing special. Looks like one of them retread tires that wore out. That truck looks like it works harder than it should. That old truck beat up everywhere. It's a shame. Probably was a good truck. They overworking that little truck. And he's got the window down. It means you don't have no air conditioning working. So they don't maintain that truck. You don't maintain your car. You let the problems pile up. Your car be worthless. Maintenance is pretty important. USPS is very good in Houston, is it? That's good. Speaking of shoes, ever get you a pair of Hey Dudes? No, I never found them anywhere. And I just don't really want to order shoes online. Boy, I've hit every red light today. Yeah, I never did locate Hey Dudes at a store where I could walk in and buy them. You know, Don, old Houston's a good area. I'm pretty sure they got it down. Good service is running. I'm in Dallas, U.S. It's great there in Dallas, yeah. Well, all in all, Texas has, most places in Texas are just pretty good and have their stuff together. I like all of Texas except for Austin. I wouldn't give that place 2 minutes of my time. But the rest of Texas is fine. I'd rather live in Amarillo than Austin. Austin's all yuppie, preppy, woke-ass people. I don't really like Austin. Other than that, Texas is fine. Wild and afraid, howdy. Proud Texan. I'd sell Austin off, think twice. The high area, it's about the only place I don't like in Texas. Dallas is fine, and Houston, and hell, all over Texas is good, except Austin. Austin is California. It is. I'd never liked Austin. It's always been that way. All the yuppified place. I never have liked it. I used to have to go to Austin on business trips. I hated it. People there is way different. It's like a hidden California inside of Texas. Hell, I'd rather live in El Paso than in Austin. El Paso or Amarillo is better than Austin. It's a new Los Angeles. I tell you what, it's always been that way since I was young. It's always been weird. It's never been righteous. Now this old boy here is blocking the turning lane. Well, I'll just sit here. I can't go. Dumbass. I'm going to say real estate in Austin makes it seem like upcoming LA, does it? It's always been like that, though, since I can remember. Let's see if we can get us a front row area at the Indian restaurant. Let's go to the Indian restaurant. If I can get some up close parking, I believe I'll roll in there. Let's see if we can get us some parking within a decent range of that place. Oh, hell, there ain't no parking around here. I just don't want to sweat to death. Wait a minute. This looks like a parking. We got lucky. We're going Indian. Indian food it is. 10 days left and I'm off overseas. Where are you headed? Where art thou headed to thy place of the destination? Here goes, we're going to do an O-ring experiment. Oh. Whew. We're going to the labor restaurant. The Dirty Dive. Woo. Sir.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Yes.
I'm gonna have coconut chutney, potato, and the garbanzo beans. This one here.
Okay. Please sit down.
Yeah, give me 3 bread.
Yeah, sure.
Good morning, sir. How are you today? Cable hug. Wait.
Why you are not telling me so?
Spicy plate. Yeah, it's a little spicy. Some stuff is, not all. All of it does have a You ever get butter chicken? Here it's pre-made big bowls or pre-made stuff. Whatever's made, you don't really order food here. What if you breed over there and live in the Philippines? There's a fly. Yeah, they make big kettles of different, like 7 different things, and you pick out whatever. That's why it's so cheap. It's not made to order food here. Whatever they have each day, you pick what's available. They're red. They make a tea with a milk. Tell them paratha. Otherwise, they'll give you rice bread. No, they'll give me paratha. Before I don't leave, I'm going to leave this area.
Anda fry, omelette or egg paratha.
Too much fly. I can't handle these flies. I'm going to move up here. That table back there is full of flies. Hey, how you doing, man? Thank you.
Okay.
I tried to sit back there, but the place is full of flies. We got the paratha, coconut chutney, potato, and I don't know what that is. It's still spicy. Still spicy. It's kicking in now.
Dosa. Dosa. Of
course, I already spilled it on my shirt, damn it. I don't know if he's back yet. He may be. Burn him up.
Nggak tahu.
Chapati ready aja, chapati mah. Chapati ready aja.
Hah?
Chapati mah. Ready.
Ada.
Bismillah.
Hah?
Ada pantera. Chapati ready, chapati. Chapati चाहिए?
Ada nih.
Ada barang enggak?
Chapati.
Chapati. Chapati. Masih ready. Mana taruh?
Mota कर दे.
Hah?
Mota.
Chapati muda. Ayo, chapati muda kare. Kalau lagi juga. Single amate single parta irodu moonu 9 और सुलेमानी नहीं भाई ये बनाना भी आप करता है ऑपरेट सिंगल पड़ता बने और सेट पड़ता सिंगल पड़ता नहीं पड़ता बने और सेट पड़ता
Halo.
बड़े मुट्ठे करी सी
Kenal boleh. Nggak udah bisa. Penjara apa lagi? Enggak, kapan dia dong? Mana? Kapan dia? Penjara kan? Mana? Kan itu.
Hey, what's happening, team? Oh.
अरे और मुट्ठे करे उड़े नाले रियर दे
Thank you.
अरे आंगे
Ooh. Even my lips are burning. Ah, Lord. Nose is running, lips are burning. Oh. Whew. That's a damn good way to start the day, though. I can breathe. Whew. Damn. Whew. I hadn't had that in a while, so my tolerance is a little low. Whew. It will burn you. Yeah. It'll be a little disruptive later on. He makes a coconut chutney and he pours some kind of chili oil in it. And even with his garbanzo beans, curry sauce stuff, it'll fire your ass out. Oh, the problem, it just tastes so damn good. Yeah, it just tastes very good. I love that taste. And I think the secret there is they have so much turnover in the morning, and they make the food fresh every evening and morning, so there's no sitting around type food there. The taste is wonderful. Good damn place. It's no peaceful dining experience, though, as you can hear, and there are people yelling and hollering. It's a noisy-ass little place. About as noisy as they come. Now imagining washing it down with a explosion where it occurred. That's a 100% labor type restaurant. That is whatever I think those guys are from Kerala. So that's a Kerala experience. Just your regular old working man from India restaurant. That's the real food. It's not doctored up or changed for any other taste buds except for whatever theirs is. So it's real, yeah, it's a local Kerala experience. You won't be able to find that anywhere else. It's one of those things where you can't recreate. It's whatever their village is and their mother taught them, and that's how it is. Very local experience. And very overwhelming. Oh boy, might be putting more than chili in there. You got to get you coming back. Oh. Hell, I've been going there for over 10 years. Damn good food. I just can't eat there at lunch, but I can eat there for breakfast. Their lunch is unedible for me. They say it's not as spicy because they don't like too much spice in the morning, but it's still too much spicy. However, at lunch, they turn it up to like extra high spice. I can't eat it. I try to eat there for lunch, damn near end up in the hospital. It's so spicy. It's off the chain spicy. Their lunch is, for me, I can't eat it. I almost choke to death. I even lose my breath. I can barely breathe. I don't see how they eat food that spicy at lunch. That is a no-go for lunch. Da, 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 da. Dude parked your car in a mini spot. His car is taken up right out in the middle of the road. Hey, what are you doing? Sit down, give it a hug. Quick. Hoo-yah-yah. That's enough spice right there. It got me right up the stairs. That woke my body up. Salam. Hala. Mobeen. May I have a cup of coffee, sir? Oh. Whew. All right, we're awake now. Yes, sir. I floated up the stairs. They gave me like a pump of energy. It's a little spicy for them, not only not for us. Yeah, their little bit of spicy is totally different compared to our version of a little bit. Whew. Ah. My eyes are watering. It's so spicy this morning. You know, I haven't eaten that in months. Oh, I wonder how many years it takes just to be okay with that kind of food. Oh, I guess they never take a break from it, so it doesn't bother them. Huh. You know, the funny thing is, their version of spicy makes Mexican food seem like baby food. You know, the spicy Mexican food is spicy, but compared to the Indian restaurant, it's like baby food. Baby porridge. Really. Maybe they get free red chili powder. Woo! I think they just grow a lot of chilies and it's part of their diet. That's it. It's good. It's the problem. It's so tasty. Can't nobody say Indian food tastes bad. It's the tastiest stuff. And the more authentic, the better. The authentic food is awesome. You know, I went to the other day a Bangladeshi restaurant, and they have a meat dish. It's like a curry meat beef. Oh, it's so good, but it's the same way. The spice is off the chart. Uh, I'm just now catching my breath. I need to go there a little more often to build my tolerance up a little better. I need to be more careful what I order. Whew, I don't know. Every country makes coconut chutney different. The one in Thailand is kind of sweet and not spicy, but this Kerala chutney dude stuff is like fire. And the one in the Philippines is zero spice. Chutney is like ground up coconut with some herb with it, like a coconut sauce with ground coconut. Every country has it. I don't know what they call it in each country. But the Philippine ones is no spice. It's like a sweet sauce. This one is like a chili coconut. This guy's is probably the spiciest one. Nobody else makes it as spicy as this guy next door. But that coconut water with the chilled and the curry in it soaks into that bread and it's nice. Do like the all. Thank you. That Australian Olympic girl. She looked like she was on some type of chilies and meth. Big dumbass, weirdo girl. You know what's even funnier? Is the people defending that moron. People actually going to bat for, what do you mean, but? That was a fool. It shows big corruption in the Olympics and in Australia. Y'all was corrupt. Even your sports are corrupt. That's what it shows. It just really shows high-end corruption. To have that non-talented of a person from a country make it to the Olympics, you got serious corruption problems. Really. You got major corruption. That's the whole thing. That's what people are not understanding. As silly as she was, it's a really deep meaning. It means that Australia has deep embedded corruption. The country is corrupt. That's what it tells you. It just points out major corruption. Corruption is a major fall to many nations. The Philippines is considered the sick man of Asia because of it. Corruption is even the downfall of America these days. The corruption is terrible. Saudi nipped that in the bud and straightened themselves out before it got too late. Thank God. Oh, MBS handled it here. We need an MBS in America to stop our corruption. Yeah. We need a MBS to come over to America to nip our corruption in the bud. He's a shining example of how to handle it. We really do. If we could get somebody over there to handle America's government corruption, I think we'd be way better off. We need an outsider to manage it. The prolific corruption in government throughout America today is what's happening and making the whole economy just having issues. Corruption's an evil bitch. It's a cancer. It's an evil cancer. Corrupt political officials are probably the largest cancer on the planet. Political corruption. And anyone who goes to destroy the corruption, they immediately, corruption, political corruption is a destructor of our planet, especially in the U.S. It's a shame. And you can see it blatantly by how many of the congressmen become multi-millionaires after they took a low-paid government job. If you work in a government office and you're worth $250 million, you're a scammer. Usually both sides are wrong or lying. That's true. It's corruption, Randy. That's what it is. It's corruption on both sides. Neither one of them is correct. Whenever you have Republican and Democrat politicians in Congress worth hundreds of millions of dollars, they're all corrupt. It's not a party thing. It's a people thing. Our high political leaders are encouraged to promote corruption through the corporations and the lobbyists, the big pharmacies. They all support, ponder, and react with corruption. It's their main core in the back of their brain. It's their core thought, corruption. What's in it for them? I'm not talking about a $20 parking ticket later or whatever. I'm talking about them ones raking in the millions and millions. That's high deal corruption. They always start with corruption. Oh, let's get the small guy. But why would you do that? They make about 140,000 years and are worth multi-millions after a few years. Yeah, it's crazy. And if they crack down on corruption, they're going to crack down on the trash man or the water guy. They ain't going to crack down on themselves. They'll crack down on some government employee who falsely put 10 hours of overtime. They won't crack down on their $200 million scam. They'll go after the little bitty people. That's exactly how they do it. When they crack down on corruption, they just stab the little man in the heart. Even though he may have done something minute, it's nothing compared to what they do daily. Oh, leave the little guy alone. Go after the big dogs. That's the thing to do. They won't do it. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 da, da. All right, folks. Well, I hear people. I'm looking at my email. Very good to see you later. All right, folks. Yeah, I got to get going. I just had a major incident come in. Good stuff for me. I got to really get at it. So I got to get to work. We appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful day. And may the God that you believe in guide you to where you need to be. Take care of your mama, your papa, and your family, and your kids. If you don't have any of those, call somebody who cares. Somebody may care somewhere. Anyway, bye. Sophia, thinking of you daily, man. We appreciate y'all. Bye.